What's up, y'all? It is your girl, Sarah from Sarah Styles here. We are going live today with Noreen, Aaron, and Leslie, all resellers. I am starting I'm a reseller also, if you're new to my channel. I am starting a new live series every Monday at 6 Mountain Standard. So definitely follow me and subscribe if you like content like this. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when this comes on. Essentially what it is going to be is kind of like a goal setting accountability for resellers. We will come and check in. The chat, the live video is available for everybody. So if you want, it's open to 5 people because that's as many as StreamYard allows me to have. But the first 5 people to send me a DM, you can come on the live YouTube channel. If you're on the live YouTube, so Noreen, Aaron, and Leslie, make sure after the video airs, drop your links down in the comments below so people can go over and follow your closets and whatever social media they know where to find you. If you're joining us in the chat, now is the time. Drop your closet name, drop your Instagram handle, whatever it is. I am all about shameless self-promotion. If you're having specials or sales or whatever it is, I'm going to pop on real quick to the chat and say what's up, Daniela. Oh, we lost someone. Daniela is here. Whole world. No. What's up, Jacob? Jacob's here. The Grumpy Thrifters. Love her. Love them. I like it was with them. Michelle is here. So thanks, everyone, for joining. I am going to let you guys introduce yourself. I feel like I'm shouting. Am I shouting? I'm just really excited for this.
I'm excited. Look, you're in your new space. You got a new.
I'm not sure what happened.
Oh, no worries. It's okay. Come and go as you need. That's what life
was.
Is.
It me? Was I the only one that did that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
It happens to technology. I've had far worse problems on one of these lives than that. So do what you need to do. If you start to hear feedback and stuff, though, just go on mute or I will mute you. So I am going to have each of you introduce yourself, what you resell, where you resell on, how long you've been reselling, and then just a quick get to know you. I love binge watching shows. So if you're watching any new shows right now, share with us and with everybody else. And then everyone in the chat as well. Let us know your reselling story, your name, your handles, and any new shows that I can watch. So we'll kind of just go around and start with you, Leslie, and go around.
Hey, friends. My name is Leslie, and I'm from Philly, but I live in Delaware. I'm a reseller's passion reseller on PoshMark. I've been a reseller for 4 years. I can't believe it. I sell on PoshMark primarily, just added Mercari a year ago and been adding a little bit of things lately and making more sales there than anywhere else lately.
On Mercari?
Yes. I've been kicking butt on Mercari. Games, electronics, that kind of stuff. I just for the first time started listing a few shoes, and I've done that. I've been doing it. I was slacks with Mercari, but then my husband Thomas, Posher Dude X on Poshmark, he's been selling for years on eBay, and I was talking about Mercari for a long time. He sells on eBay, Poshmark, and he just added Mercari, and he's been making more sales on Mercari than anywhere. So I had some items, and he's already kicking butt. He gets, I try to get him. He's not home, I don't think. He came on my chat the other day, surprised everybody. He is real, y'all. He is real.
Well, maybe one day you can convince him to come on one of these.
I know. The chat went crazy because I was like, I think Thomas is here. And as soon as he introduced himself, it was like going crazy. So I also sell on Etsy. I started. I was a handmade seller for 8 years. I stopped for a year, started selling vintage in November. And then when we all went on quarantine, I went back to my first love of painting and crafts and things like that. And so I've been creating bags and painting on jeans. And I have some other projects. I'm creating puzzles and some different things. And I've started putting those on Etsy as well as my digital products. I wrote an ebook that's been selling really well. Some digital products on my website. I have 2 websites. I'm not going to tell you my whole story because I have so much.
I'm going to tell you.
I can employ a nation based on.
Yes, and definitely follow a reseller's passion on YouTube and on Instagram. She has so much great content. Yeah. And her ebook is amazing, but definitely if you're a new reseller, it has so much good information that you don't have to watch a bazillion YouTube videos to learn. So definitely,
it is definitely for the new reseller. Seasoned reseller can always find something, because I always find that myself when you think you don't. But for new resellers, because people were constantly kind of, contacting me, and I answer all my DMs. I'm really vocal in the community. I really talk to people, but sometimes it does become overwhelming. So I just said, let me write an ebook. I mean, it's $8.95. You can't beat that for like all the content. And I've just been working on a lot of stuff, and I'll come back to me because I have a list of stuff that I could pop in and tell you that I'm working on, reselling and non-reselling related. But
she is a busy girl. And is it 10 children, Leslie?
we have a blended family of 10, and
but it still counts. That's still a lot.
It still counts. When I say that, I mean we came into the marriage. Thomas and I've been married 8.5 years. So when we got married, we did have 4 or 5 in high school, 2 middle school.
Oh,
no. 2 we have 2 seniors in high school, and we had 2 fifth graders. So they're seniors now. And so we only have 2 that live home. My stepdaughter doesn't live with me. She's 18, senior in high school. And we have a 17-year-old and a 22-year-old. And at one time there were 6, because we each have adults. Thomas has, well, now they're adults, but when we were married, he had 2 adult children and I had an adult child. So yes, it's been such an exciting journey.
Yeah, lots of stuff. And I am going to cut Leslie off because me and her could chat for like the whole hour.
I'm talking about Erin and Noreen. Let's go.
Yeah. So Erin, why don't you tell us a little bit about your reselling background, what platforms you sell on, and then shameless self-promotion if you have things going on as well.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name's Erin. I've been reselling for just over a year, and just primarily on Poshmark. I got my little Poshmark hat.
Awesome.
Working.
Nice. I love the diversity that we have.
Yeah. I have 3 boys in high school, well, one 8th grade and then a sophomore and a junior. So we're homeschooling, which is fun. They call me cafeteria lady.
Smile.
Sourcing, before sourcing, it was really, Goodwill. My sister and I, we would contact people to try to do outsourcing with them. The shows that I kind of like to watch right now are Ozark, which I'm sure everyone's already watched. I
have not. It's on my list.
Oh, really? Oh, that's really good. You should watch that one. And Good Girls. I like to watch Good Girls. If anybody has watched that one.
Watch that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. But primarily my reselling is on Poshmark, and and I enjoy it. It's kind of very, as everybody here knows, and everybody out there, it's addicting. And I enjoy, going on and seeing, different closets out there, what people are doing, how they're selling their closets, and promoting their closets. So that's why.
It's good stuff.
And Erin and Noreen, if you can't tell, are sisters, which is so cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah, we work off of each other a lot. We're constantly texting, telling good stories and bad stories.
It's gotta be so nice to have someone to, like, before I found the social media community and even like Posh and Sips and stuff, I was like, my brother-in-law resells, so we'll like that and stuff. But other than that, like, it's got to be so nice to have someone to like share your stories and even source with.
Yeah, because we live close. We're only half an hour away, 20 minutes away. Yeah. So it's nice. Definitely nice.
I come from a family of thrifting. They don't, only my brother-in-law resells. But almost every single time I'm at a thrift store, I run into a family member. And they're just like shopping for themselves. But it's usually like my nephew will come up and be like, hey, Sarah. All right, Noreen, I am going to have you introduce yourself, a little bit about you, how you got into reselling, where you sell on, and then any good shows that you have too.
So I'm Noreen. I'm from Connecticut. I have two kids. One is in college. She goes to UConn. And the other one's a senior in high school. He's, we're going through that whole, he's not going to be able to graduate with this whole class. It's very heartbreaking. And I started, I've been on eBay for probably since 2002. And Poshmark I signed up for back in 2016 because my daughter wanted to sell a couple of things in her prom dress and she wanted some help with it. I didn't start getting into it and selling myself until March of last year. And I loved it. come from, like, I thrift. I love consignment stores. I love buying stuff for myself. I've bought stuff for my kids all their lives from specifically one consignment store near me. And I got my sister. I keep pointing at her. Hooked on Poshmark. Yeah, hooked on it. Last year, right after, she's like, what is this? And so now we can't, but we would have weekly meetings. We go to a restaurant and have lunch and, have weekly meetings and chats about what's going on. But we're sort of poshing sisters together, getting hauls together.
So do you prefer eBay or Poshmark? Because you started.
I prefer Poshmark for clothing and things, but certain things, like I've sold gift cards on eBay and things like that. Like I just sold a Villeray and Bach tea set on eBay. It depends on the item, really.
But clothing,
clothing I don't think I would sell on eBay. But other things like home decor, I kind of do both. I haven't gotten it to the point where I get that link tree like yours, Leslie. When I look at your link tree, you have to scroll. She has so many side hustles. It's great.
Oh, yeah,
I aspire to that.
Yeah. That only happened at 49.
So eBay and Poshmark, and I just love it. And it's sort of, satisfies the shopping part. I could buy a size 2, even though it's not for me. I'm like, oh, look, I just bought a size 2.
I love that.
I was actually thinking today, so I did a whole bunch of photos and I model a lot of my photos. And it is satisfying that I feel like I'm shopping and trying all these clothes on, but then I don't have to keep, I don't need all these clothes.
Right.
So I'm like, ooh, that is cute. And then
I know.
All right, I'm going to pop in with the chat. I'm trying to figure this out, and you can put the comments up here. So bear with me as I figure it out. So Nerd Reseller says, now I miss my sister. You girls are awesome. I agree. I love stories. I love having different people on. Lots of things to share. Let's see. Daniela, if y'all don't follow Daniela, I do blush. She just started YouTube as well. Thrifters Villa podcast is absolutely amazing with her and Lori from Lori Boston Finds, which is also on YouTube. Lovely Lotus, she sells a lot of vintage. Her Instagram is awesome. We connect over vintage quite often. I want to give a shout out to some of the people that are joining us. Cool World Blanket, if you guys would like to check out Makari. Let's see. Ozark, people are enjoying the Ozark for sure. I'll have to, it's on my watch list.
Yeah, definitely.
I am watching Schitt's Creek right now. And binging.
That's hilarious.
Yes, it's 20-minute episodes, so I'm almost done. I watched so many. All right, now I don't know how to take that off, so it's just going to stay up there.
Go back to the post and click it. It'll be in blue.
Oh, but I don't know where it is. Okay. Oh, thanks, Leslie.
You're welcome.
The post will be in blue?
Yeah, click it again and then go away. Yeah.
What would I do with that?
We're here for
Community's great. Okay, so I want to, if you guys have followed, I've been doing kind of some reseller lives and just chit chat and stuff. I'm starting this series and we're going to do kind of an accountability goal setting type thing. And it's wherever you're at. It doesn't have to be huge goals. It doesn't, mostly reseller related, but right now it could just be I want to get through homeschooling with my children and maybe make time for reselling. So I totally understand that wherever we are right now. But I want to kind of go celebrate our successes for the week and then set goals to kind of help us stay motivated. And then we can chat about things too. If you have a goal and you want, I don't know how to do this, we can all chat and learn from each other. So I'm going to start with one success that you had for the week. So this past week, think about, and I'll start giving you guys some time to think. But this past week, and this goes for the chat as well, think about something that you are proud of, something that was successful. And it can be as small as I put pants on today. Because that's the life that we live sometimes. As far as reselling goes, something that I am extremely proud of is I got my dashboard out. It is my third dashboard. I have been working on it for 3 months. because life is chaotic. The quarantine happened. It usually takes me roughly a month and a half, if that's all that I do, to get it out the door. So I was getting close to getting it out, starting to beta, and then quarantine happened, and then we moved. And so it kind of it took longer than it typically takes for me. So I'm very proud that I really cranked it out this weekend, and bless my husband's heart, because we are finishing moving, and he was like putting up pictures and putting boxes away, and I was like sitting in the corner, getting all of the formulas to work and everything. So that is my big win for the week. I'm so excited about it. I dropped a video about it yesterday, if you guys are interested in the new one compared to some of the other ones. So that's my big win. We'll go around in a circle again. Leslie, what's something that your big win for the week?
Well, first I want to say congratulations, Sarah. I did see your video. I just woke up from a nap a little while ago, and that's what I woke up to that on Instagram and hopped over to YouTube. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Goal setting is really important. My big win for this week is not reselling related. Something I fell into accidentally, which is consulting. People started asking me in some other groups that I'm in, would I be interested in providing some consultation in terms of like helping people get their businesses started, growing on Instagram, growing on Pinterest, things like that, start a business plan. And I was like, sure. So I do offer consultations. You can stop by my website at Reseller's Passion. And I helped 2 people this week. One, Pinterest is my jam. So like if you're not using Pinterest, I definitely say use that. That would be awesome for your dashboard. Sarah, to get some numbers. You're analytical. I say get it started and play around with it. And so I did a Zoom chat, and I was able to share my screen and go, step by step, showing how to set up Pinterest, what were important pins to create, things like that. And then someone else, they had their own consultant business, but they needed a consultant. So that was really interesting and cool. So that was something that was my big win this week, and I'm really excited about the direction that's going in.
Well, so I'm going to have to reach out to you when I have time, because I can't add another thing, but if it would help, I have my own Pinterest, but I hadn't thought about doing it for a business. Interesting. So yay, hooray. That's awesome. Leslie has so much great information. Let me check in with the chat really quick. Someone said in the chat that there's a feedback issue. So I'm putting people on mute, not talking. So if you want to try and talk, make sure to unmute yourself. I don't know who it was. It could be me, and then I'm not getting muted because it's my channel. So, Lovely Lotus says she's proud of the painting the outside of our house while still listing and selling every day and having a profitable week. Like, you did it yourself. That's crazy.
Congratulations.
I would be proud of that, for the year. That would be my win of the year.
Congratulations on your profitable week. That's a big deal as well.
Oh, it's my sound issue. Yeah, so sorry. I don't know. I don't have headphones with me to maybe my husband's watching it and he'll bring headphones. So there are a couple of people, and we can chat about this for a minute. We'll get to your guys' wins in a second. Someone asked, let me find it, about if things are starting to open. So someone asked, my Goodwill is open, but now I'm scared to go. Here we go. It was Mess Hall update. My Goodwill opens Friday here in Tennessee. Seems like a win, but how do you guys feel about it? This isn't connected. Do you guys have any thoughts? And it's kind of controversial, so if you don't want to talk about it, won't connect. I need plug-in. Sorry, my husband wasn't watching and brought me. If anybody wants to speak to that, or if it's controversial and you want to say, you do you, we can move right along as well.
I think it depends on the person. Personally, I think it's too early. They're not open in our area yet, not even for drop-offs right now. But I think it depends on the person.
Yeah.
I would, we're wearing gloves and everything. But for me, it'd be a little too soon.
Yeah, I feel the same.
Have a big death pile anyway.
Yeah.
If you have a death pile, yeah.
Well, I feel the same way about that. I don't think it's controversial. I think it's up to you, but I don't consider that an essential thing. I haven't really left my house for anything for a month because I'm really serious about this thing. I was sick for a while. My doctor thinks maybe I may have had it. I haven't shared that before. I was really sick for 2 weeks. My uncle has it. My sister has it in Florida. So I'm really serious. And my husband is the only person who leaves our house for anything essential. Goodwill wouldn't be my first stop. you know, and if the doctors aren't taking appointments, my daughter has an appointment, she has a medical condition, and they pushed it back until June. So if the doctors aren't taking people, I just don't think that that's a necessity. But again, it speaks to what it is important in your life as an individual.
Yeah, and I kind of agree. We are kind of, our governor is slowly trying to figure out how to do it. Stay-home orders are until, that is me for sure. I can hear it. Okay, my husband brought me headphones. Let me try. They don't work.
He's super cool. Tell him he's cool.
I know. Well, you know how Apple is, and they have like these new things, and so they don't work on. What was I saying?
So you were saying your governor.
Oh, our governor. Yes. Thank you, Leslie. He is kind of like slowly trying to test the waters and see, opening things up. I think, I don't know the exact dates, but like slowly rolling things out and seeing how it is. So I don't know exactly when our thrift stores are opening up. My perspective is to let, like Leslie said, if it's a necessity, if like I thrift and we don't need my income to pay our mortgage. So I like doing it, and we like having the extra income for certain things, but it's not worth the risk for me. If you need it to pay your mortgage, it's your job. So do it safely and do what is best for you and your family. That's kind of where I'm at. The Nerd Reseller says maybe you should go and see how it is. If everybody is scared and you were there by yourself, it may be okay. You also probably find lots of really good stuff. Yeah, no one else is there. All right, so let's talk. Erin, you shared your success? No, Leslie did.
No. Yeah.
Okay, Erin, if you want to, and those in the chat too, share your successes for the weeks. Erin, what's your big win for the week?
I'd say my big win for the week is the room where I have all my inventory and I take all my photos. It's been getting a little overwhelming, and it's kind of come out into the area in the basement where my kids hang out, and they, not that they complain, but they make fun that I'm taking over the house. So I was able to finally organize enough that everything is now in that room, and I have more space. I still have things to do in there, but it really felt good to be able to move around, you know, and have more space and be able to do what I need in there and not have everything falling out the door. So that was my big win for this week, and it felt good.
Yes, that's a huge win. It's always nice when it's done, but I hate doing it because I'm like, I can be listing. Like, this is such a waste of time, but it's always so nice.
And it always looks worse and gets worse before it gets better. And I kept telling my kids that it looks bad, but it's not that bad.
As long as you know where things are too. Like,
exactly. As long as you can function and you have a path to kind of walk through.
Yep.
And some people, I mean, it depends, I think, on how you work. Some people like work in organized chaos. Like, to me, I know it looks like chaos, but I know exactly where everything is.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. And congratulations to you guys on your big wins this week.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. All right, Noreen, you're up.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, sorry.
I would have to say what Erin just said too. I did the same thing. I have a spare bedroom that was like, there was like a pathway you could walk. There was stuff everywhere, and now it's almost completely organized. I have numbered bins. I went into each listing and put the number in the listing where it was, and it's like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. But yeah, I would have to say that.
Yes. And if you're new to reselling or you do not have an inventory system set up, I would highly recommend doing it and starting sooner rather than later. Because it's hard to do what Noreen did and go backwards and do it.
I kept suggesting to her early on, I'm like, you got to do this now. It's going to feel so good. I even offered to help.
It took a pandemic to do it. So.
Well, I also think the inventory system is important, like on so many levels. If you saw me on Daily Refinement talking to Chris, and he had asked me, like, if I was sick or something, could anybody run my business? And they could so run my business because they can just grab what they need. Everything's here, my printer, and they can go. And that's really what it should be about. You shouldn't have to close down in case you're sick. If you do have helpers, someone should be able to just grab your stuff for you. And at least pull it out of inventory if they can't like ship it or anything.
Yeah, no, that's a valid point too, because my husband could probably figure it out. Mm-hmm. I haven't like walked him through it, but he's pretty smart. And I have everything listed, and he's more OCD than I am, so probably not as organized as he would like, but he could probably figure it out. All right, let's check in with the chat and see some things that are happening over here. Some big wins. Let's celebrate everybody.
Look, he's even, your husband even commented.
My win. Let's see what he said. My win was helping Sarah get the new studio set up so she can work. Oh, what a good husband. She loves what she does. Happy wife, happy life.
Indeed. Sorry. He's a good man. He knows.
He does. The first thing that he set up when we got here was this paper roll in my back.
That's nice.
Because I can't take pictures without it. And I was like, I still have to keep working. Like, everything else can. Oh, someone asked if he's the earphone provider, and he did. And this is the life that we live. He brought me 2 sets of headphones, and neither of them work. But I appreciate it. But it's just how technology is. Like,
I love that he watches. I think that's great.
He's on. He's watching the kids too, so it's not always attentive. They must be playing nicely. The thing with the new house is it's all new and fresh, so they're like excited about it. We'll see how long it lasts. All right, let me check in. Do the scroll. Oh, I already did that. Oh, lucky for us, everyone usually wears gloves and a mask when they go to the Goodwill anyway. That's a good point. Oh, this is a good one. My big win is I found a B. Makowski bag in my closet to list for free listing in 5 weeks.
Nice.
Do any of you guys sell that brand? I never really have luck with it. No,
I've never had that brand.
No, I've never had that brand either.
It's one of the brands where it retails really high, but it does not resell it usually sells, right. But they retail, $100, $200, and then it sells for like 15. Let's see. Are you getting new in?
He said, I'm lucky Mr. Sarah Styles. He's so cute.
Oh, yeah. Liz is joining. I love Liz. I've done a chat with her on my live. She's amazing. My big win is joining Daily Refinement Master Call at 2 p.m. every day for the last 2 weekdays. Game changer for me. I will absolutely say I haven't joined one of these. It's 7 o'clock here, which is like when my kids wake up, and my husband's out. Like, it's not going to happen. But he has amazing content. He is doing a free. Hold on, sorry, just have to write down thoughts as I have them. He is doing his mastermind calls, so he does them every single morning. I think they're a half hour. Liz could probably tell us, but where you get on and you join it. It's not on social media. I think it's just a Zoom call. And you talk with him, you talk with other resellers and do stuff, and it's free for the month. So you can call and join. He has so much good information, and a lot of the other people that join the call as well.
Yeah, definitely. Anything that Chris Daily Refinement, he used to be 10K on the Bay, been following him for years. Anything that he puts out, I absorb. I met him in person. He's the mind. It's amazing. So I say go follow him, and he speaks real truth. That's what I like.
Yes, I do.
I just wrote it down.
Yeah.
And numbers. And I'm doing a every Wednesday on my channel. And then I think we're starting to do lives on him. We're trying to figure out how we're going to do this. But I'm doing a year-long mentorship with him to get to 1,000 net a week reselling in under 20 hours a week.
Nice.
As a part-time reseller. So lots of good information he's sharing with me. It is live every week on my channel, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard on Wednesdays, and then he's dropping it on his as well. Liz says it's an hour, but he is great at hosting and keeping us on track. He's an amazing moderator. Definitely good content. All right, so lots of big wins for the week. That's totally my feedback, so I apologize. Headphones next time. You live, you learn. So I want to talk about now, let's talk a high level goal, and this can be, I can totally hear it. This can be like a year goal. By the end of the year, I want to do this. I want to have a YouTube, whatever your like big, massive goal is. Let's share that to kind of keep us on track. And then we will share one for the week, what we're going to do for the week to help us get to that big goal, if that makes sense. So we'll start with you, Leslie.
Hey, so my big goals actually have been put on hold. My goal is to speak on 5 stages. I talked to Lori and Daniela about this on their podcast recently, and that's been very important to me. And to talk about different things in some churches, on some I was scheduled to attend a TED talk, but those things have been on hold. But that's my future goals, to be on those 5 stages before December 31st. If not, I'm good for 2021.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's and I have faith. I know you'll get there too. It's a thing. We'll get there. Erin, what is kind of your big high level goal?
Well, I know Leslie mentioned the Pinterest, having a Poshmark Pinterest page. I'd like to kind of try to set something up like that. As my sister knows, when it comes to Instagram and all that stuff, I'm not that great at that. I kind of like to really look into that and getting better at that. And something Noreen doesn't know is I would maybe even do a YouTube channel with my sister.
Oh yeah.
Good.
So that would be my goals for toward the end of the year.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Noreen, and I want everyone in the chat to let us know your big high level goals for the year, or just your reseller business in general. I want to get it to this place. Doesn't necessarily have to be a timeline, but Noreen, what are your goals?
I would have to say doing more on social media like Instagram, getting one of those link trees set up or something similar to that, and a YouTube channel actually. Yeah. Starting with that too by the end of the year. Yeah. I mean, I have an Instagram account, as you know, Sarah, but there's really nothing on there right now.
I will say, and this is why hold on, I just had a thought, because you had some good information we were talking about on Instagram. I want to make sure that you share it with me later, Noreen. Yep. So I'm writing it down. Instagram or social media, Leslie probably knows too, is like a full-time job. It's so much consistency and being on there all the time. So it's definitely doable.
It depends on how you work it.
Yeah, but it's a lot.
Content calendar. You can't, like Daniela and Lori just put out an episode. I'm always promoting people. Thrifters Villa just put out a new episode on social media, and they have some printables and all that good stuff. Go check them out. But if you have a content calendar, which is what I follow, it may seem like I'm on a lot, but it's like really streamed, like Instagram, bam, 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 and then YouTube. I put my content together and then I release it. And so that's the thing. It's like if you're not frazzled, then you can make it work, because I have, of course, 14 streams of income. So how do I do that without and being able to take 2 or 3 days off a week to just rest?
To do. And I will agree with that. Once I started planning my content I only do a week at a time, because I tried to plan more and I was like, well, I planned for the end of the month, but that's not where I'm at right now. So it's not really relevant.
Much.
For YouTube, I can, because like I plan lives and I'm like, okay, I can talk about this with someone else in a month. But definitely planning your content for the week, and then making changes as you need. And like on Instagram, doing stories all day, because you can't plan those, but getting your content ready, sitting down and just banging it out definitely helps.
And Noreen, I will tell you, like a year ago, like I tell this story all the time. It's very simple. You just do what works for you. Same thing, Erin, whatever you want to do. Like you follow me and you may see my big numbers, but if you think last April, I had 700 followers. So you have to think from that perspective. Okay. I had 500 followers in January. So I'm not like this big name person. It's just like I use Instagram as an extension to my business and make it what I want to. So don't be pressured to do what everyone else is. Do what works for you, and then it will just, and the organic part is it. Not looking for followers and things, but if you do it organically, do things you love every single day, it'll happen. Just like you'll just be like, wow, how did I even get to 1,000 followers? Just because you're just being your authentic self. That's really important.
And it's definitely exponential too. So like in the beginning, getting that first 100 followers is like torture.
Oh my gosh.
Like once you get 200, and then once you especially too, because it's like the mentality, right? Where someone's like, oh, Leslie has 15,000 followers. I better follow her. She obviously has something good to say. Yeah. But definitely reach out to me or Leslie, people in the chat, Daniela, anyone on that's social media saying in the chat too, and we can help you as well.
Yep, and Daniela right there says Lori and I have talked about social media. They have a great podcast. She showed me her calendar, so I say check it out and get yourself a calendar.
Yeah, and I think it's free. They're giving it out for free. Lovely Lola says I'd like my website up and running by the end of the year, which is good. I have a website that I don't do anything with. That's kind of on my agenda, maybe for affiliate links. Me and you were talking about that, Leslie.
Yes. Lovely Lotus, what are you putting on your website? I would love to hear that.
Oh yeah, I think she sells vintage, and I feel like we've talked about maybe selling on there. But she can drop us a note in the chat, Lovely Lotus, of what you're selling. The Grumpy Thrifters, my goal is to learn to edit video and start YouTube. I filmed yesterday and I hate all of it. Videos is so hard. It's just hard to me. I 100% agree, and that's why I do a lot of lives. Because you don't have to. That's why I stopped. I started my YouTube channel last January, and I stopped because I was like, one, I didn't think I had like content that the reseller community was looking for. So I just went to YouTube, 10-minute video, bam, there you go. You get what you get. Yeah. And then I just started YouTube again. I said, you know what? I'm just going to put out whatever I want. Forget the editing and all that. I'm an iMovie, and it just piece it all together, and you'll see my hand cutting it off. It's me, and it's what my friend Daniela just started her channel. And she's got voiceovers and stuff. And I'm like, stop showing off you. Oh, yeah. Daniela, I think we all froze. Oh, there we go. I know, Daniela, like, get out of
here. I'm waiting for a video to show how to do it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of videos out there. I'm not.
It's tons of videos. My daughter keeps trying to teach me. She has 3 channels. And I'm like, I'm just going to stay and be Leslie. That's it. As long as people can see it, can hear me. Be your authentic self. And that's the other thing. I don't want to take over the whole chat, but when you're out there trying to worry about doing so many other things, you lose focus of the main point is to just do it. Yeah. The first one was a mess. Now just find a couple things to make it better each time. By the time you sit and try to figure out editing, that's so much time wasted. Get the content out and then grow as you go. That's it.
I agree. And if you look back at like your first ones, they're always, but I feel like that's organic, and that's how like it should be, like things get better. Exactly. Creating a budget planner. I love this. You know me, I'm a huge fan of numbers. So I absolutely
girl Nikki's been talking about a lot of budgeting. For some reason she, says she loves me. I love you too, Nikki, but she's been putting out, and she's one of those people, ladies, who just started on Instagram, just started selling on Poshmark, but she's teaching what she does in terms of budgeting. And it's amazing. And also, I thank Nikki every day for her service because she works for the Postal Service. So thank you, Nikki.
Yes, for sure. So speaking, a lot of people are talking about social media. At Grumpy Thrifters, just press record and start filming. Your first 5 videos are going to suck. Just facts. You will get better. Don't get discouraged. I'm going to say more than your first 5 videos. And I think, but this is part of it too. I think every video is better than the last. You learn something, and you don't have to. I edit a lot because I do a lot of screenshots for the dashboard and data and stuff. But a lot of YouTubers don't edit unless you're doing like screenshots and pictures. I'm with you. I say just get started and do it and learn as you go. That's my mindset. Like I just start something and I just start.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, I'm trying to work on picking it out. Noreen, you're quiet. Do you have anything to share? Or are we overwhelming you?
No, I'm just listening.
Okay. Sometimes I think me and Leslie can probably like take it.
I try to stop. Like I've been attending like all these passion sips on Saturday, these passion coffees, and no one like says anything. But then when I start talking, I feel like I'm talking too much because they'll say, "Anyone have any questions?" And I tell myself I'm just going to sit back. But I'm like,
I have something to say. The Nerd Reseller said I did a video talking about my year goals, but the short time one is to get a printer for my labels. Do you guys have printers for your labels? Like a
label printer? No, I just have a regular printer and I cut.
I use, I still mostly on Poshmark, so I get the free labels from.
I don't have a label printer. I tried to do the USPS labels in a regular printer, and I haven't quite figured that out. I think, Leslie, you might have done a video on that. I think.
Go back to my feed. I totally did a video on how to use those labels and how to print them out 4x6 or 5x8. Mine is 5x8. So you just play around with your printer.
You couldn't get it to work though, Lorraine?
No, I couldn't. It might be
tried
just the printer I have.
Okay. Yeah.
I haven't tried it, but I've heard in some of the social media, like Facebook pages, that you're not really supposed to do that. Like the Postal Service, you're not supposed to use their free label.
I asked them and they told me it was okay. So I took mine and made sure that I could use it. It's on. You can use them on the priority mailing. You're not supposed to use them on the priority flat. But for Poshmark, though, our labels say, it accepts anything. But the priority mailing is all I use anyway. I don't mess around with flat rate for Poshmark because I don't feel like explaining myself and pointing to what's written on there and everything. So I only use my USPS labels for the mailing boxes, but then I use regular sticky labels for anything like a flat rate, especially since I'm selling Macari again and everything. And I've never had an issue with it. So
I haven't tried it because it takes time, but I put that on my to-do. I just got my calendar app that I don't ever use, but I'm
nice. I love it.
Because that's been on my agenda forever. I just have a regular printer and I fold. I don't even cut it.
Oh, do you fold it? Sometimes I fold it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just fold it because I'm like, I don't mind to keep scissors where my 3-year-old can find them.
That's true.
So I just fold it, and also time is money. So
hey.
All right, let's see. Okay, I think we're good. So those are our big high-level goals. We're doing good on time. Let's talk about, I am going to touch in with Noreen. She was telling me some really good info.
Let her go first.
Okay, it's not related. We'll do it now because I don't want to forget. So Noreen was telling me we're watching a video and talking about sourcing and stuff, and a lot of people are like asking for like going on Nextdoor or Facebook Marketplace and asking for donations and stuff, and it's kind of hard. And I'm gonna let her talk. We were talking about that on Instagram this week because she joined the call. I want her to kind of talk about what she did and how it worked.
So on a lot of Facebook groups for Poshmark, I've been seeing people posting about this. Posting in Nextdoor, which is like an app, and it's not as public as Facebook. It's more geared towards your neighborhood or your immediate area, about who you are as you're a reseller and you're looking. And I had this whole thing that I got from someone else that put it, a whole paragraph, and I can send it to you or post it to this video after you save it. Yeah. And I was nervous about it because of everything that's going on. And I posted it a couple of weeks ago, and I immediately took it down. I started having a panic attack. I'm like, what if I just got scared? But I decided just to try it finally. And I did it, I think it was 5 days ago, and people have been unbelievable, really incredible. Some people have asked for money, but for the most part, I picked up today probably, I would say 150 pieces. Nice. Mostly J. Crew. There's Vineyard Vines. They just gave it to me, and then I connected with a realtor who has all these closings coming up. And because in Connecticut, the Goodwills are closed and the donation centers are closed. Although I heard some rumors that the ones down by the New York border are actually open for donations. I don't know if that's true. So it's difficult for people to donate their stuff. So this realtor responded to my post, and she's a high-end realtor in our area, and she has all these closings and people with stuff that they don't know what to do with. And so I connected with her today. I met her today. We went to one house that she's closing this weekend, and there was a whole bunch of clothes. The owners who have already moved, actually they're in Vermont, are just going to dump all this clothing. And I said, I'll take it. And she also has someone on the Connecticut River in a few weeks that's going to be closing. She wants me to go through their stuff. So it's been really unbelievable. Yeah, I have
very busy.
Very busy. I had 3 people I met today, and tomorrow I have 2.
Nice.
And you're getting good stuff, because I'm always nervous that I'm going to get Forever 21 with holes in it.
Yeah, I mean, there were a few pieces with Forever 21, probably like 5 or 6, but it wasn't that bad. No, I'm getting really good stuff, actually.
Yeah.
And if
I was
it's for
surprised.
free, I mean, you can go through it, and then when the donation site's open, you can, go donate what you don't want.
Yeah.
Because so many people are cleaning their closets out.
Yeah, and I haven't done it yet because we're moving. So I was gonna like hoard a bunch of stuff just to move it, but I thought about doing it. Our donation centers are open though. They're not the thrift stores aren't open, but the donation centers are open, and they're actually one of the really big thrift stores here is also collecting food when you donate. Canned foods, and they've raised, it's the Ark. I don't know if you guys know of the Ark, but it's an amazing thrift store. There's like 30 of them in our area, and it supports people with disabilities. Such a great cause. But they're collecting food too. So they're collecting your donations, and then you can bring food, and they've collected like, I don't remember the stat, but they did it on their Instagram lots. So I've wondered how much I would actually get if the donation centers are open still, where people aren't like necessarily having, I don't know.
Yeah, unless, because you offer to go pick it up. So maybe they're like, oh, I saved a trip. I was going to give it, donate it anyway. This person's looking, and people are having such hard times financially that maybe they want to help an individual out as opposed to a business per se.
I added that to my list. And after talking to you, Noreen, I reached out to our realtor because we just bought a house. And then I have a friend who is a realtor as well. Her kid goes to school with my kid. I reached out to both of them, and I was like, hey, like if you know people that want to, so they're on my radar as well. Yes. Lovely Lotus says, please post. I was nervous on what to say. So Noreen, when this is over, it usually takes like an hour-ish to buffer. So maybe later tonight or in the morning, come back and post it in the comments, as well as all of your guys' handles and stuff too.
I have one other thing.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So I am friends with someone who owns a consignment store in my area, and I've shopped at her store for my kids. She sells kids' clothes and women's clothing. And she does Facebook Live and goes through all her inventory. And I started saying, any of your red slash items, because she does 50% off, put together a box for me, and I'll give you I'll give you a budget of $50. And we started out that way, and it's sort of blossomed, and she's going to do like a weekly box for me. I said, you know your inventory better than I do, and you know what I like, and she's putting stuff during the week in a box for me. But reaching out to, even through Facebook, like their Facebook pages, to owners of consignment stores saying, you're looking for inventory, like any of your clearance items. It's just a thought, not like put together a mystery box for me and give them your thoughts on what kind of brands you like.
Yeah. I was going to say, I definitely like the consignment issue better. I actually put an ad on Nextdoor, and people were definitely responding. And then I said, I just got rid of stuff, and I just revamped my closet, and I'm only looking for shoes, bags, and like specific things. So I said, I'm not going to do that, because it'll be inventory that'll just be sitting that I'm not going to use for my business. And so I like the consignment. Another friend of mine, she's the Thrifty Flamingo. I don't know if you know Karen, but she actually has a friend who has a consignment store. And what they agreed on was once a week, actually for Karen to go into the store and pick out, and then they have a money agreement. But then also my husband runs a junk business. A clean out business, not a junk business. He would hate me to say that. A clean out business. He has made, in addition to being a reseller, he has 20 jobs like me. So he has a business license and insured, and he knows the realtors and the contractors, right? And so he's put out his ads and everything. And what he does is he goes in before they run like the estate sales and cleans out the houses. And he comes back with the truck. We take everything that we want. 2 weeks ago, the dumps were closed, right? All the wills are closed. So what we do is we lay everything that we don't want out on our lawn, and we put an ad on Facebook Marketplace, and we let people just come and take whatever they want. So it's been an awesome way to give things, like really good stuff. So I'll pick all the shoes I want, all the vintage and antique.
And then people are getting stuff.
And we set it up like a yard sale. Like they're not just picking.
Oh, I've seen your pictures.
Yeah, we set stuff up tables and we just put an ad and they can just come and take whatever they want. So it's been really fulfilling at the same time. But I definitely think for people who need inventory, what Noreen's doing is wonderful, because I put a script and the script does work. No one asked me for any money, but then I had to think, you know what? I just got rid of like 4 huge construction bags worth of stuff that I put out on my lawn for free and put an ad out. So I'm really being particular now. But for people,
that's kind of how I am.
Yeah, I have to be really picky now because I don't want to have to deal with the stuff later on. So I really think it's still, because I hear a lot of people who have really good like Noreen, it's really good for their businesses. So I definitely say, don't be afraid, whoever you see.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth a shot. And I think one of my, I don't remember if I've shared or not, but you know, it's my channel, so I can share all I want. So one of my like high level goals, I'm going to try and reach out to a news source once a week.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that I've been working on with Chris. He says every day, and I told him to get real. That's and even once a week is kind of iffy because one, I don't have the funds to be buying a tons of inventory if I come across it, but also I don't have storage for I don't have. I mean, I think Chris has like 5.
Yes.
That's not the life that I live. But I do think it's a good idea to reach out, like Noreen said, to think creatively. And I think that's something that for us to look at the positive of this pandemic, a lot of us are just doing our normal and it was working, but now we're kind of have to think outside of the box and come up with these different things that hopefully when we get on the other side of this will actually make our businesses better and stronger when we get out of the dip.
And definitely look for free resources, please. Like Noreen said, don't forget your family. It's people who don't know what you do, where everyone is thinking about printers and lighting and all this kind of stuff. You don't know what tomorrow, you don't know what your financial situation is going to be. Please don't pay for things that you can't afford. Relist, look at that old inventory, go through your closet. Like you do not have to source. Everything that you need is really in your house. And that's what I've done. I've been starting listing 5 things a day on Macquarie, electronics that were just sitting down. I sold a TIA-83 calculator in 2 minutes listing it on Macquarie because it was just it wasn't mine. It belonged to one of my kids. And I'm quicker from college, sold in 2 minutes.
See, I'm the type of person that get rid of it. I hate hoarding stuff. And so I don't have stuff. Everyone's like, source out of your house. I was like, I don't have anything in my house because I donate back.
You moved too. So you probably got rid of a lot of stuff too. Yeah. But and
we got rid of a bunch of stuff right before this happened too. So it's
the teenagers, they're home now. It'll be summer by the time they go out the house. Go through all their stuff and sell all their shoes. Now that's what I do with my daughter. She's 17.
My teenager is not very fancy. He's not. My teenager does not have nice things. He doesn't care. That
was how my son was. He's just buying himself new clothes and he's 21. So, and he's in the army, so he wears a uniform, so he doesn't really care anymore.
Yeah, he would probably like a uniform because he wouldn't have to figure it out. I'm like, dude, that shirt you're wearing is 4 sizes too small. Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's get it together.
I can't even imagine Aaron with 3 boys. I only have 1. So
Oh yeah, I can't imagine. The smell alone is probably terrible.
When they just eat.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It's like the army's feeding my kid right now, and you just don't know.
I have 3 kids. My oldest is 14 and a 5 and a 3-year-old. And my oldest and my 3-year-old are boys. And I have a joke, and it's not really a joke because it's true. You go in the kitchen and one of them, if not both, are in the kitchen. Any time of day, they're in the kitchen getting a snack, making something to eat.
Yeah.
But my husband is too usually. He lifts.
Well,
I mean, he does powerlifting, so he kind of has a reason. But all right, so
Erin calls herself the lunch lady. Lunch lady now.
That was my last job, Aaron. I was a true lunch lady. I fed 300 kids a day.
My son walked out of the kitchen today, and he's like, "Thank you, lunch lady."
Oh my gosh, that is hysterical. That's hysterical, Aaron.
You're nicer than me. I make my kids make their own food.
Oh yeah, Mike. I don't make kids stuff for kids.
Well, to be honest, I was sitting on the couch. He made his own lunch.
Oh,
And I'm
good.
like, "You're welcome."
That's good.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
She's mean. No, you're not.
I like to say that we're Montessori because apparently my type of pairing has like a fancy name to it, which basically just means they do it for themselves.
Yeah.
It's cool.
All right, so we're wrapping up to an hour, and if you guys have to drop off, I definitely feel free, but I am fine staying on for a little bit longer so we can talk about our weekly goals. We talked about our high-level goal. Let's talk about, and we'll probably have a couple of these, but pick one goal. Is that me? Sorry, guys. Pick one goal that we're going to try and work on for the week. And I want everyone in the chat to a little bit of accountability. Share with us what you guys are going to be doing this week. Let's start with Noreen. Well,
Noreen? Okay.
I would have to say I got a bunch of containers delivered. So continue with my numbering and going through all the stuff that I've gotten this week, at least sorting it and maybe listing some of it.
all right. So next week when you come back, either on the video or in the chat, we're going to see if you did it.
Okay.
And you don't have to. I mean, it is what it is. But hopefully,
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
what am I going to do about it if you don't do it? But hopefully, like this it helps people.
Yeah, accountability is really important.
For
Yeah.
sure. Erin, what are you going to be working on this week? What's your goal?
Well, I mean, the simplest thing that you hear all the time is list, 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 because I have so much to list, and it's not going to sell unless I put it up.
For sure.
So I really need to start listing like at least 5 things. Leslie, you mentioned 5 things, like 5 things a day, and hope to increase that number. But definitely listing and organizing my office more every day to be more organized.
And if
You're
you
ahead of me on listings.
I know, I saw that.
She started after me, and now she's ahead of me.
Oh, sisters.
huh?
Yeah. And it's funny, we share inventory like when we go sourcing together. So if we buy it in bulk when we source, we just split the pile. She takes half, I take half.
Nice.
So we in our closets, PoshMark closets, we know items, so we share the profits when they sell. So it's fun, and when something sells that we share, we like to let each other know.
We get little Venmos back and forth to each other, and it's like,
Nice.
oh yay!
That's like a book nightmare.
Awesome.
Also that you guys do it together, and so fun to have someone to do it with. Speaking of listing, the Grumpy Thrifters, I want to list 5 items daily on Posh and eBay. Also get 50 items photographed for next week.
Nice.
That's definitely a great goal. Again, on
A nice name too. The Grumpy Thrifter. I like that.
yes, it is a mother-daughter. They told me, I'm pretty sure it's a mother-daughter.
Nice.
Like 90% sure. They told me last week. Leslie, what's on your agenda for the week?
So mine is pretty boring. I'm creating some webinars and some courses this week, and they're not reselling related. I'm working on some Pinterest and some different things that people have been asking me for, and they will be paid things. I say don't be afraid to charge what you know.
Yeah.
Sarah, you relate, right, Sarah?
Yeah.
And I've been holding YouTube lives every Thursday. On my channel. It's I love lives too because they're so easy. An hour, bam, you got some time on your channel. But this week is going to be Posh Boss Blake and YouTube Finds Bill or Girly Girl Hubs Bill, and so those 2 will be on. And then
like Bill by himself.
Bill by himself, no Tori. It's just gonna be 2 guides. Yes, that's different, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
I love it.
every week, I'm like Sarah. I'm focusing on like a theme. So then on May 7th, I'm having a brown girl chat. All the women will be Black. And then 2 weeks after that, it's going to be a Spanish chat. All women will be Spanish. It just happens to be women because our community is kind of for me like that. But then I'm just every week just something and bringing new things because I want people to see, different people doing different things so they know that it's wide out there in this reselling community. It's not we're not just here, we're out here. And
I think that's why we get along. We have a lot of the same philosophy. Someone's asking, Glow Girl Glow is asking what time are you live?
8 p.m. Eastern every Thursday. And I might go sporadically. I'm probably doing something Tuesday. Oh, and then also I'm just last thing I want to say is I'm hosting a Zoom. It's filled, but if some spaces open up, You can DM me on May 5th. I am hosting a Zoom for 30 people. I did like a contest and 30 people responded, and I will be sending them their invites this week. And we will be talking about like how to diversify your business beyond reselling, things that you could be doing to prepare just in case, you know, reselling is slumping for you, or if you want to, you know, grow in some other areas of your life.
Yeah. Definitely follow Leslie on social media. She knows all the things. And if she doesn't know, she helps you figure it out.
I help you figure it out. You help me. I learn from everyone every day. I don't know it all.
Lovely Lotus, I want to cross list at least 15 items a day on Mercari and Etsy. And then the Nerd Reseller is asking, do you use a cross listing website? So for those of you, and she's asking Lovely Lotus, but I'm going to answer anyway. So for those of you that do cross list or list on multiple platforms, do you use a cross listing software?
I just do PoshMark, so not cross listing yet, but that could be something in the future. I'd like to look into Mercari and that, but I'm starting slow.
Yeah, I support Vendoo. Vendoos are my guys, but I prefer not to pay for anything extra right now. I'm glad that I've made that decision, only because I don't want to, because I want to hold on to as much money as no, and that's the only reason why. And I don't list enough to justify it. Like, I don't do anything extra. I look at my money just to see, and especially times are tough right now. I don't want to put out money because I don't know what the future, even though you're getting discounts and stuff like that. Yeah. But I do support Vendoo, and I'll talk about them all day long because I've interviewed them. They're great guys. What they're doing, I just love. It's other listing companies, but they're my go-to. So I always suggest Vendoo if you do have the finances that allow you to use a program, a cross-listing website.
What about you, Noreen? Do you use one?
Do I? No, I do not. I do not. But I saw you posted something about today. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Me?
Sarah?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, List Perfectly. I'm a fan of List Perfectly.
List Perfectly. Okay. Yeah.
But I have never used Vendoo.
I've never used it either.
Yeah, so I am kind of the same story as Leslie. I use List Perfectly. I'm kind of hit or miss. I also have a lister, and so sometimes I'm like, I don't have enough time, so she does it, and sometimes I use List Perfectly. But the two women who created it, I'm really a big fan of them. I'm hoping to have them on the channel in the next couple of weeks. The new dashboard that I released works with the CSV file that you can get from List Perfectly. So if you use List Perfectly for a data mining tool, so if you import it into List Perfectly and keep it in there, you can also, once it sells, it'll delete off of all the platforms that it sells on. But then you can, kind of like PoshMark, you can export your sales report. You can do that out of List Perfectly. And I don't, as of right now, Vendoo doesn't have that. So that's, you know me, I'm data. And so that's kind of the reason I like List Perfectly, and I made sure worked with List Perfectly to look at their CSV file, so it works with my newest dashboard. So I am a big fan of them as well. But like I said, I haven't used Vendoo to know between the two. All right, let's check in with the chat. As I check in with the chat, everybody in the chat, shameless self-promotion. If you have not dropped your Instagram handle, your YouTube channel, your PoshMark closet, whatever it is that you want people watching this video or in the chat to know, definitely make sure to chat that or drop that. And you guys can drop it in the chat as well, or come back on the comments as well. Let me check in and see what people are.
Yeah, like Mess Hall Digs right there.
Oh, yes, there we go. Thanks, Leslie. Leslie, you got me, girl. Mess Hall Digs, download Sarah Styles dashboard is my goal for the week. I am technically challenged, but hopefully I figure this out. That's like the perfect.
And you have a Facebook group, right, that goes along with that, right?
That's right. So look at you, self-promoting me, Leslie, thanks. Yeah, so with the dashboard, there's 3 dashboards. All of them, if you purchase them, you get access to the Facebook user group, and that's for only people who have the analytical dashboard. So I admin it, so I do troubleshooting is there in there as well as everyone in there is using their data analytics for reselling. So you'll have like-minded people in the community chatting and talking back and forth. We do lives, although I'm going to move those over here, I think. I haven't quite decided. Facebook isn't really the best social media platform. It's the only one that you could do groups in. but it's not really, yeah. So I'm kind of trying to figure out,
because it wasn't moving and progressive. This is really a good way to go.
People don't, and I put the same amount of time into Facebook as like Instagram, and there's not as many people don't touch it anymore. But it's the only place that you can do like an exclusive.
Right.
Until you get to a certain status on YouTube, but I'm not close to that. So, but if you, Ms. Haldick, if you have questions, you can ask in the Facebook user group. You can also DM me. We'll figure it out. And every dashboard that you purchase comes with a video on how to. I go through step by step on how to do everything. You have that video forever, so you can go back and reference it every time that you need. But you can also ask me. I am here for that. So. Vendoo has a better UI, but List Perfectly, I use it also, is more complete and has better prices. UI is user
interface.
Yes.
Interface, yes, the user interface, yep.
They're pretty compared. From talking to people, like they're pretty. I mean, they're competitive.
Both, yeah. I use them like in the beta. So, so give me anything free, sure.
Oh yes, right, yeah.
Then I go, yeah.
I mean, I don't know Vendoo. List Perfectly is constantly updating. Like they really listen to, and I don't know about Vendoo, so I'm not like.
No, yeah,
Vendoo doesn't do this, but they are constantly doing new betas and new like, hey, the community wants this, cool, like let's work and get that out. And so they're constantly changing things for what people are asking for.
Things are changing, so that's really good.
Which I like, and they're on it.
Cross-listing websites like that is an amazing thing, especially once people go back to work and everything. It's such an amazing way to run your business without being so stressed about getting everything listed. All
right, I'm going to do a couple shout outs for everyone who joined. Deborah, go ahead, go on over and follow her. Mackie Market? I'm a numbers person. I say words wrong all the time, so I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name. Everything on the Nerd Reseller and everything but PoshMark there, it is Mackie Market. And I think she has a YouTube maybe. Christy's asking what's the difference in the last dashboard. That's also on my list of things to do. It is like an infographic on the difference because I have 3 now. The newest one is for all platforms. So you have to compile your data. It's not like an export from PoshMark and you're just looking at what is happening in PoshMark. You go in and compile your data, or you get it from List Perfectly or whatever. But it goes through it. It looks at all of your platforms. It's not PoshMark specific.
Nice.
And then it compares, some of the big changes are it compares like eBay to PoshMark. How is eBay performing compared to PoshMark for you? What average sale price is better? Like stuff sells higher on eBay. Maybe you should be spending your time there. In my YouTube channel, I'll go through and tell you how I use it. But that's the biggest thing is this, all of the platforms that you sell on, where the first 2 are mainly PoshMark. The sales dashboard has like a couple charts where you can enter in a high level monthly, but this is like micro data. And you can also, there's also a chart about sourcing. So you can look at your bin sourcing compared to your thrift stores and see what your average cost of good is and what your profit is at those stores. Are you actually making more money from bins finds? Or if you do retail arbitrage and you're spending $20 on an item, are you actually making a decent profit there? So it's more comprehensive to look at your whole business on all of the platforms that you sell on.
So whatever it costs, it's worth it, because she got me right there. I'm like, whoa. So everyone go out and, ask questions. Don't be afraid. I'm on Sarah's thing, like promoting her, because that's what we're supposed to do as a community. Promote.
I mean, yeah, I will say I built it. A lot of people were asking for it, but then I also built it for things that I want to improve my business. And they've already started improving my business because I've been using it in beta for a couple months. And so it's already improving my business. And I think Ms. Haldick is going to joke on me forever about this. In my video, I said smash the like button because that's what YouTubers say. And it feels so weird coming out of my mouth. So I just say hit the like button.
It is in like all caps. Like
I like smash. I like smash.
I know. Yeah. YouTubers say, but I don't feel like it. Like I don't feel like I'm cool enough to like smash the like button.
That's true.
Yes, this was, and I'm going to say that to Grumpy Live Thrifters. This was a great live. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thank you for having me.
The 3 of you, come back and leave your guys' stuff in the comments as well. This is going to be a weekly live session. Anyone can join the video chat. It is the first 5 people that send me a DM on Instagram, and I will send them to the link. If you don't feel comfortable in the live chat, you can feel free to join the regular chat, but we are doing this every Monday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard. If you like content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I do a lot of other lives. Smash the like.
Smash.
That might be my new thing, like over saying it now. So leave comments down below if you have questions. I'm all about shameless self-promotion as well. So if you're watching this in the recording, leave your information down below, your closets, your Instagram handles, if you have a YouTube channel, whatever it is, leave all that in the comments down below. And I hope everyone is staying safe and sane in whatever capacity is best for them. Have a good night.
Thank